Hi, my name is Creme Brulee. The first thing you should know about me is I use they, them pronouns, okay? I do that for two reasons. First, I like to make my mom mad. Second is because I don't want my potential as a human to be limited by like the genitalia I was born with as a child, you know what I mean? Personally, I hope to one day wake up and be an old Italian woman. Something about me, I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Something about the South. There are two types of sexuality. There are straight and there's going to hell. So when I moved up here, I discovered the whole spectrum of sexuality, and now I identify as pansexual. Okay, woo, Portland, Portland, okay? Everybody in here can get it. Do you understand me? Everybody. Because I don't think like gender, hair color, any of that bullshit is as like attractive as context is. You know what I mean? You know what some sexy context is? Like imagine it's a hot summer day, such as this day, and we're over on like 12th in division, and I'm tied to the train tracks, okay? I'm shirtless, I'm sweating, it's sexy, I'm tied to the train tracks, and the train is coming at full speed. If at the last second you saved me, I'd definitely fuck you. You know what I mean? I'd fuck you, I'd blow you, I'd do whatever you want, dog, okay? Because if you save my ass, it belongs to you. I've been in Portland for about 4 years. I like being in Portland because when you look like this, all you have to do to get laid is convince drunk white girls you're Damian Lillard, and that's a lot of fun. So if you see me at a bar with a basketball, throw me an alley-oop because it is Dame time, okay? I do date white people, unfortunately. I date white women. I know, don't tell my mother, I do. But it's a lot of fun, okay? First of all, y'all pussy tastes like LaCroix, and that's fantastic. It's also a lot of fun to fuck with y'all, if I'm gonna be real. It's a lot of fun to fuck with y'all. If you don't take anything else from the set, take this. Black people can't gaslight white people, okay? Just trust me on that. So what I like to do is I like to take my people, and I like to try and convince them to say the N-word. I know, okay? So what you gotta do, you gotta wait for like a real tender moment. It's like Saturday morning, it's 10 o'clock, you're in bed, you're cuddling, there's coffee in the pot, you're about to go to brunch. She leans over, mwah, you're like, baby, you know I love you, and I'd do anything for you, right? And she's like, oh my God, baby, yes, I love you, oh yeah. And you're like, I just need you to do one thing for me, okay? She's like, baby, anything, say nigga. Because listen, two things could happen. A, she could be like, oh my God, what? No, baby, no. And then you're like, okay, cool. She's probably not racist, okay? The other option is she says it, and that's kind of hot. Dating white women, you get in some hot situations. I'm not into like race play or anything like that, but let me tell you about another situation. It was the first white woman I ever dated. I was 16 years old, so I don't want you to think about this, okay? But her dad said, I wanted to invite you out for dinner. You know, I was like, at first, nervous because it's a white dad, but I thought about it, and I'm like, I know myself, and it's obvious. If you're talking to me for 5 minutes, I've never even seen the Boondocks, okay? So I'm not really like a threat. So we go out to dinner. He takes us out to a Mexican restaurant, I think to throw us off the scent of his racism. But he got down to business, and my girlfriend goes, hey, Dad, you know, Crimmy's really smart and really strong. I think one day maybe they could work for you. And without skipping a beat, her dad goes, Crim would never want to work for me. I'm like a slave driver. I know what you're thinking. How is this sexy? There's a lot of context with somebody that makes for like a really hot sexual experience, okay? Maybe you just were in a fight. Maybe you did some drugs. I don't know if you've ever had, your father was calling me a slave sex. In a word, it's reparational. Because not only are you fucking her with the intensity of the Ferguson riots, but she's riding you like, we gonna be all right. It's a cool experience. I never actually slept with like a black woman until I moved to Portland. That's surprising a lot of people. Is one of the 6 of them. Think of the one you know, and let's say it's her for this joke, okay? And because Portland's like the bastion of kink and openness it is, she asked me if I would choke her while we were having sex, and at first I'm like, shorty, no, like, this is exactly what Fox News wants, you know what I mean? Like, in this climate, like, are you serious? What would Martin Luther King think? What would Rosa Parks think? What would your mom think? But eventually I had to do it, okay? You know I had to do it. There's a couple reasons I had to do it. First reason I had to do it, okay? Here's a list of people in the world who can tell me what to do. Black women. The second reason is like, I can only choke women of color. Y'all know that. I can only choke women of color. Trust me, I would love to choke all the privileged porcelain necks out in the audience tonight. I would. But I can't, okay? First of all, I don't know if I can get hard with the amount of witnesses. I would need to get that going. Second, I don't know if some like ancestral, like Wakanda, like trauma would pop up and I would be like, I'm not a slave, and like, finish the job. My name is Creme Brulee. I hope you all have a really good night.